Hello YouTube, this is Taylor with Cliffs of Claven bringing you a very special video, our 200th war win. 200 wins for the Cliffs of Claven, and as you can see we got a very convincing win in this war against the clan Tagutwig No Star. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the map. That you can see they did not use very many attacks, but in their defense, they used a bunch of them right at the beginning of war, and whenever it sort of became clear that they were not going to win, that's when they stopped using their attacks. They looted a couple of our bases, but predominantly a 2-star clan. Most of their attacks featured P.E.K.K.A.s, if that tells you anything about their attacking style. So they were mostly going for 2 stars. Over on our side, we got 2 stars on their number 1, and we 3-starred every other base on the map. So almost a perfect war. Could not quite get the 3rd star on the number 1, which was a pretty high level Town Hall 11. But lots and lots of attack replays to show you. And so this is going to be kind of a longer episode. We had a bunch of people in this war that don't normally war with Clavens. Our clan has anywhere from usually 30 to 40 people in it, but the majority of them don't care that much about war. They just are there for the chat and for farming and things like that. But special occasion win number 200. We had people coming out of the woodwork, people who haven't warred in a really long time jumping in. So a bunch of replays to show you, and we're going to start off with a 3-star against a Town Hall 11. Number 2, our boy JakeDiesel finally got his boulders maxed, and now he is a beast. Now you can see this is a pretty high level base defense-wise. The guy did not put very much energy into his walls. Obviously, those are pretty much all Town Hall 8 walls, a couple of Lego walls interspersed throughout there. But he makes this enormous funnel with these bowlers and the healers, and he's going to bring the bulk of his force right up the middle, but really, really wide funnel so that he can make sure those bowlers go straight up the middle. The Eagle has already activated, beaten down on those giants, and the bowlers on the sides are doing a really good job of funneling everything through. Here comes the clan castle. He does have a poison for the clan castle, and his archer queen is right there in position to take them out. Rages the bowlers right through the core, and then a freeze on that back inferno, which is pretty smart freeze since the first one went down and the Eagle was about to go down, so really good use of the freeze spell there. And it does thaw out, but by the time it does, that mass of bowlers is there. And you can see why he decided to start off with these bowlers on the corners here, because they have pretty much cleared off all of the sides of this base. And once that core is taken care of, it's just a matter of whether or not you've got enough troops to finish off the job. And JD clearly has the troops to do it. Going to get a very nice 3-star on this Town Hall 11. Still has his queen and his Grand Warden up. Still got a bunch of bowlers. Still got 4 healers. So just absolutely crushed that base. Well done, JD. We're going to drop down one spot and show you a Town Hall 10 3-star. This is Harem. This was a fresh hit for Harem. So no idea where the traps were. No idea what was in the CC. He just came in and got it done. And he's going to start with a queen walk up here at the top. And the queen's just going to kind of make her way around the top part of this base. And then he's going to start the bulk of his attack down here at the bottom with a couple of golems and wizards here in just a minute. But very nice queen walk, going to get a whole lot of value for it. He picked a really good spot to bring the queen in because she's going to avoid pretty much all of the air defenses. There's this one air defense right here that looks like it's going to be kind of close, but the healers are going to stay just out of range. And if you follow the path along here, you can see there's not another air defense that's going to be in range of her as she works around the outside of the base. So really smart queen walk there by Harem. She's pretty much going to be safe all the way through. She's going to at most have 2-point defense on her, but they're Town Hall 9 level point defense, so not really that big of a deal anyway. So he gives the queen just a little while to work, and then he's going to bring in the golems on the bottom. And any minute now. Waiting. There we go. So here come the golems on the bottom. He's going to use some wizards to create a funnel. Going to bring in some wall breakers, and then he's just bringing mass Valks straight up the middle. Had a little bit of a wall breaker fail, but don't worry, he's got more. That wizard tower just barely can't get to those wall breakers. So there go the golems, and in a minute we're going to have the horde of Valks coming in. The enemy archer queen works out pretty well, actually pulls the Valks where he wants them to go. And because these are all level 8 walls, those max Valks really have no problem just beating straight through the walls. First freeze is a very high value freeze, gets an Expo, a Tesla, and that Inferno tower with that first freeze, and then the jump spell brings him right into the core. Now this Valk is going to go over and try to take down the Inferno, and it doesn't. And the rest of the Valks reroute, so the Inferno ends up being actually one of the last buildings to go down, but it's a single target Inferno, so it's not really a huge threat to the Valks. So, but they're going to take out pretty much the rest of this base before they work their way around. You can see the queen has cleared out this entire top section and is now joined up with the rest of the force. She's going to beat through that wall. The golems over here going to get roasted by the single target inferno. Couple of wizards going to come up for some backup there, and the golem survives that single target inferno just long enough for the wizards to come in and nuke it. And now there's really not a whole lot of this base left. You can see he's got a couple of Valks left. That jump spell maxed out is still going so that the rest of the troops can get over there. Pops the queen's ability to take down the last defense, and there's the 3-star. So well done, Harem. Now, my apologies to all of our Town Hall 9.5s. We're going to go ahead and skip your attacks because they're mostly bully attacks. We had 3 9.5s in this war. But in our defense, by the time we started attacking, Harem had already taken care of their top Town Hall 10. So like 4, 5, 6, 7 were all Town Hall 9.5 attacks. So we were attacking the highest thing that was left. The guys at the top just got everything cleaned up real quick. We are going to take a look at Ryder going in on number 10 using what is a really popular base attack. This is the HGHB attack. So he's got some giants and 4 healers, hogs, and he's got max bowlers in the clan castle, I believe. Using a baby dragon, just a level 1 baby dragon, but that's good enough, but it's only got that 1 archer tower on it to sort of break off this funnel here. And Ryder has been practicing this attack quite a bit, and you can see that it pays off whenever he drops it in and just sort of decimates this base. You can see from the time he starts his attack, there's just a little over 2 minutes, so it's not a super fast attack, mostly because those giants are the main part of the attack. It moves pretty slow, but Ryder is something of an expert on it. So he drops the poison on the queen just to sort of help those giants stay alive as they're taking over all these defenses. Now, one of the keys to the attacks, I believe, I've never tried it myself, but according to Ryder, is to start kind of far away from these air defenses. You can see the air defenses down here at the bottom, not going to be really able to attack those healers until the giants get through that first layer of defenses. So a pretty smart use of the giants there, and drops the heal down in the middle. And they're just going to basically hollow out this core, and once they do, you can see how valuable these hogs are going to be. There's not really a lot of spots along the outside for double giant bombs. All of the defenses right there are focused on the inside, and he's just going to do sort of an Asian wall deployment with his hogs over here on the other side, and he doesn't have to worry about bombs because there aren't any spots where the bombs could be. So the hogs are going to drop all of these defenses. You see they hit a single bomb right there, but he does have a heal for him if he needs it. And that cannon is the last defense. So once the cannon goes down, it's cleanup time. So we're going to fast forward the cleanup a little bit. Does not even need that heal spell that he brought with him. Still got tons and tons of troops left. Just absolutely crushed this base. Wasn't even close. Still a healer alive over on the bottom side, and then another one on the bowler at the top. Oh, is that two healers? Oh my gosh. Just absolutely crushed the base, and with a swag heal on top of it. So nicely done, Ryder. Okay, we haven't seen this guy in a while. FrankDux, the Kumite champ, going in on number 12 and doing it with a sort of a Govaho. He's going real heavy on the Valks, just a couple of hogs there. But FrankDux getting the 3-star. Really wide funnel there with those golems, and there's the 3 hogs going to take out that cannon. And the cannon's hitting them, but the archer towers are not, which is why he spread the golems. And once the hogs get through there, they're going to actually trigger some bombs. They're going to get rid of a spring trap. They're going to pull the clan castle. So really high value for those hogs by FrankDux. That was a pretty smart attack. I think probably his account was hacked because that was a pretty smart move right there. Once the clan castle diverts over onto that golem, he's just going to drop all his Valks straight up in the middle, and you can see he does not have a jump spell for him. He's just got 4 heals, so he's just going to let the Valks beat through the walls. There are a couple of level 9 walls, but also a whole lot of level 8 walls, and the Archer Queen on the enemy side is just going to pull those troops right in there. And Frank has got a very high-level set of heroes himself. His Barbarian King right there in the middle is going to wreck with those Valks. And then he's got his Archer Queen going around the side. You can see some Valks split on him, like Valks do, but they're doing some tanking for those Wizards and his level 30 Archer Queen. So I don't know if he planned it that way. I suspect not, but the deployment just worked out perfectly. And now these Valks are going to go around this ring here in the center, and they're going to beat through some of these low-level walls, and he's still got a heal spell left. You can see the majority of this base is kind of toast at this point, and he's still got a heal for him for this last little cluster of defenses. So just a really smart use of the Valks, really good use of those hogs right up the middle to pull the clan castle. Overall, very impressive attack from FrankDux. Some really clearly someone else logged into his account because this attack was really fantastic, really high level attack here. So his Valks are sort of starting to peter out over here on the other side, but he does have that King's ability, going to beat through the wall. That heal is still working a little bit, going to help keep those barbs up, and then the King's going to clear out a bunch of the trash, and then the Queen actually is going to come up behind and take care of this stupid Troll Tesla. So another Troll Tesla on the other corner. Troll Teslas, man, they sure do work on the first attack, but they don't really work on the second attack, because when you know that they're there, you sort of can deal with them a little bit. So the King goes down, but there's only one defense left. His Queen is going to easily take care of that defense. Going to go over and take care of the Troll Tesla. Look, it's a piece of cake. He had this plan the whole time. That Queen's got plenty of health left. Well done, FrankDux, getting the 3-star. Van Dam would be proud. All right, let's jump down one spot and take a look at our boy MikeyB. Mikey had a 6-star war as usual, and he is going in on number 13. He's going to be using a queen walk. Mikey has been getting really good with these queen walks. He always picks such a smart place to drop his queen in. The tendency, I think, with queen walks is to kind of drop it away from the defenses so that your queen stays alive without you having to focus on her too much, but Mikey does not do that. Mikey wants to get some use out of his queen. Pulls the CC, going to take out some of these point defenses. Just a really smart spot to put her in, and that air defense is a little bit behind that wall, but not going to be a problem for this queen, as you'll see in just a second. So just a fantastic use of the queen right there. It gets a whole lot of value out of that queen. Only level 26 queen. It's not like he's coming in with a max level queen or anything like that. I mean, max for Town Hall 9. And she's actually going to come around and join the rest of this force here. That giant bomb right there. Got to send it a test wall breaker, Mikey. You got to send it a test wall breaker. But it's level 8 walls, so the Valks don't really have any problem just beating through all that. Air defense gets locked onto those healers for about half a second, and then those raged Valks take them down. And now he's just going to sprinkle heals throughout the base. Make sure his Valks stay up. They split on him pretty bad, but he's going to do a good job of keeping them alive. And of course, those healers up there at the top are going to help. Finally drops his last heal over on these Valks that do not have a healer on them. And they're going to get a lot of benefit from that heal as they beat through some of these walls. And then they're going to start working on some of these higher hit point buildings over here. This Wizard Tower, they've got a lot of hit points now, and they pump out a fair amount of damage to the Valks just because they have that splash damage. So if the Valks get stuck on a wall, the Wizard Tower can definitely cause some problems. Unfortunately, these are all level 8 walls, so upgrade your walls, kids. Pretty much decimating this base. There's only really that one Archer Tower left, and you can see how many troops he's got. He's got Valks everywhere. He's got Wizards, Barbarians, King, Queen, Healers. Just absolutely crushed it. So well done, MikeyB. Let's drop down a couple spots and take a look at somebody that has not been in war with us in a very long time. This is Stephanie, off of her war hiatus to join us for win number 200. And she is going to go in also with a queen walk and some Valks. Brought a whole bunch of wall breakers on this one too. Oh, I got a little sup of coffee there. So she drops down the hog to try to get the clan castle lure, but the clan castle is just barely out of range of that mortar right there. You can see the hogs would have to take out the mortar to get inside that ring. So good idea, but just barely out of range there. She's going to go ahead and drop down the queen to start her walk. She's got a level 30 queen, which is nice. Wizard's going to try to make the funnel there. Unfortunately, the Archer Tower does take it out, but it doesn't matter. The queen's going to go the direction that she wants her to anyway. Here come the Golem and the Wizards over on the other side there. Tries to sneak in and get some free buildings up at the top. Here come her first set of wall breakers, going to open up the wall for the queen. Then another set of wall breakers going to try to open up that middle compartment. And the clan castle splits on her, but it works out okay. She does get the poison down on the balloons. Unfortunately, her queen does go down, but those healers are going to reroute onto those golems, which is nice because the golems are taking some damage from the balloon. Unfortunately, the dragon does get locked onto her healers and eventually take those down. But here come the Valks straight up the middle. Going to take out the queen and then just going to sort of shred through the space. You can see she's got everything deployed now. She doesn't have anything left to deploy, but she does have 3 heal spells, and that's what she's going to use to keep these Valks going throughout the entire base. Drops the next heal spell right there. She may take out the enemy king, and there's a set of double giant bombs right there. Valks don't really care about double giant bombs, especially when they're inside the heal. And you can see she's basically working through this base as like a mass Valk attack, essentially, just dropping heals where she needs it. There goes the last heal. She's doing this without a queen, so she's not going to have the benefit of the cleanup of the queen since it went down earlier in the attack, but she's going to have enough gas in the tank to get it done. This group of Valks coming along the outside with her Barbarian King is going to take care of everything. And again, these level 8 walls are not any match for Valks. Just a couple of swings and they're through these level 8 walls. You have to upgrade your walls, especially now that Valk attacks are so popular, especially at Town Hall 9. You have to upgrade your walls. So this clan unfortunately did not upgrade their walls very much, and they paid for it with a bunch of mass Valk attacks. There goes the King's ability. Finally, she still had that ability left. Going to get these last couple of defenses, and then the Valks are going to beat through this level 8 wall and take care of these elixir pumps. So good job to Stephanie, and welcome back. All right, let's drop down one spot. Take a look at Dark Cloud going in on number 16, and he's doing a mass Valk attack as well with a bunch of wizards. This guy brought a ton and a half of wizards, and makes pretty good use out of them here. A couple of rage spells, which is sort of unusual for a mass Valk attack. There goes the golem up there and at the top. 2 golems on that cannon. Drops in the wall breakers immediately. I think he dropped in the wall breakers a little bit early. Really no reason to break in those golems until he had the funnel made, but it works out okay for him. There goes all of his wizards. He just basically spreads these wizards out in a very wide funnel, so he's going to lose some because of that, but he gets the funnel made very quickly, and then in go the Valks. The clan castle does have a dragon, which is bad news, but his queen is going to turn around, reroute over there to the clan castle and help out a little bit, taking them down. You can see the dragon starts to kind of get away from him. He's got the poisons down, but the balloons have moved out of the poison. Luckily, some wizards over there are going to take care of the balloons. Okay. So, rage spell in the middle on that Tesla farm. It looks like he's just got maybe 1 or 2 Valks there in the middle, but raged up, they're still able to take down a couple of Teslas. And his queen and the wizards take the jump spell and get in there to kind of help out a little bit to take down the town hall. And now it's just a matter of moving around the outside of the space down here, getting all of this trash taken care of. Queen's doing quite a bit of work there in the middle of the base. And the Valks are going to work around the outside. That golem over there is doing some very nice tanking to make sure these wizards can come up and take out that archer tower. So it just really worked out well for Dark Cloud, the way that the Valks ended up pathing. Worked out pretty well for him, and they are going to beat through this level 8 wall again right here and come in on the other side. His queen does go down to that enemy king, but she did her job, took out quite a bit of that base right there, and then the Valks are just going to beat through the wall. Got some wizard backups right here. The golem is doing tanking for that cannon right there. You can see his attacking force has kind of dwindled a little bit, but he does have enough to get the job done, barely. I think one more shot from that wizard tower and it would have ruined his raid, but it doesn't matter. Gets the 3-star. Well done to Dark Cloud. All right, let's drop down one spot and take a look at a blast from the past. MrOgCush coming out of war retirement and doing it without a Barbarian King. He actually asked, should I opt out of this war because I don't have my Barbarian King? And we're like, no, it's 200. Come on, jump in. Look at this wall breaker in the clan castle. Gets very lucky there with the hog when he's pulling the CC. Triggers a giant bomb right there. And he's going to go ahead and pull the clan castle up to the top. You can see this base is ripe for hogs. Just not a good anti-hog base layout there. Hey, look, that wall breaker at the clan castle took out an archer. Well, I guess it was worth it after all to put that in there. Doing kind of an old school clan castle kill with some wizards dropping the poison there on them. And then once he gets that done, he's going to bring in the golem and some wizards to take out the enemy queen. And then once the enemy queen's taken care of, he's going to bring in the hogs. So because of the way this base is laid out, he knows that all of the giant bombs are on the outside. He already got one right there with the clan castle lure. So once he gets the hogs into the base, he doesn't really have to worry about giant bombs until the cleanup. The cleanup is when the giant bombs are going to come through since they're on the outside. So he just sort of spams his hogs all in one spot, which is not a problem in a base like this. There's literally nowhere that giant bombs can be. So the defenses are all going to be down before the hogs really get to the outside of the base and have to start worrying about those giant bombs. And putting your giant bombs on the outside is just real dumb, because no matter what attack your opponent brings at you, it's not like the giant bomb is ever going to get really a whole lot of troops unless they just like drop all of their hogs on your giant bomb, I guess. Are you thinking that that is going to be the one spot that they deploy the hogs, is the one spot where you have that giant bomb on the outside? Just really not a great use of giant bombs. You can see there's one on the outside right there that goes off. Doesn't even kill the hogs that it hits. And now it's cleanup time. So well done to OG Cush. I think he still has his Queen's ability, in fact, and going to be a piece of cake for that attack. Well done on the 3-star there, Cush. All right, 2 more to take a look at. We're going to take a look at number 18. This is going to be CliffDog, and he's using a Valk attack. Drops a couple of golems down on the bottom left side, and is going to use wizards to create the funnel. Quite a few wizards here, and sneaks in those wall breakers, but unfortunately the Tesla pops and gets them. Here come the heroes, and once he gets the clan castle drawn out, it is going to be Valk time. So it's a dragon in the clan castle along with a wizard and an archer, but he does have the poison right there for him, and his queen's going to step up and take care of those. Max Valks in the CC, and he brought 14 of his own. His level 7 walls are not really going to stop them in any way. This guy really needed to upgrade his walls quite a bit, and he's got a jump, a rage, and a couple of heals. So going to be kind of a piece of cake here. Heal on that first set. The Max Valks are just going to beat straight through these walls like they don't even exist. Hits a double bomb. Hardly does any damage to him there with that double bomb. And is just going to kind of work his way through, dropping heals where he needs them. There's the jump, which was probably unnecessary, but does kind of speed things along a little bit. And then he's going to drop the last heal up there on that wizard tower. So nice and easy. Good job to CliffDog taking care of the space. Just clean up left right now. Got some wizards over here on the right side. Valk's going to take care of this upper part. 1 archer tower and 1 cannon left, and the golem is tanking for both of those. So it is about to be all over. And there goes the last couple of buildings. Good job to CliffDog on the 3-star. All right, last one. This is number 19. Chief taking care of one of their Town Hall 8s. Doing it with a Golem and a Mass Valk attack, which you don't see a lot at Town Hall 8. If there are going to be giant bombs, they're definitely going to be in the center, and so that's why he decided to go with the Valks here, dropping in the Golem and a couple of wall breakers, just basically to get the clan castle and make a funnel there for his Valks. Another dragon wizard combo in the clan castle. Poison spell is there for them, and the wizards are going to take care of it. And as soon as they go down, he's going to send his Valks right up the middle. He has a very wide funnel made for them. And once he gets those Valks in the core, he's going to drop a heal spell on them, which is going to pretty much alleviate any double bomb damage that he might encounter on the inside. And hey, look, once again, level 7 walls on the base. You have to upgrade your walls, or the Valks are just going to tear right through them. There goes the first heal to protect him from the wizard tower damage. And they're just going to kind of work their way around. His king does eventually make it into the inside of the base just before the Valks do, so they're going to move around and make sure that they trigger all of the bombs, and he's got a heal spell for them when they do, so that he's going to get as much value as possible out of those Hog Riders that he's bringing along the outside. There goes the last bomb in the center when his king pops the ability. And now he's just going to let the king and the Valks and the wizards sort of work their way around the base to clean up this last little bit that is left. So very solid attack. Really took advantage of the weaknesses of this base. Well done to Chief getting this 3-star. Just a couple of defenses left. That Tesla on the inside causing him a little bit of problems, but he's got his last heal right there that's going to make sure that they last long enough to get through and take care of that. So excellent job, Chief. And that is going to do it for this war recap. Good job to our opponents. They had some really good attacks in there, and excellent job to all of the guys at Clavens for stepping up and winning this in a very convincing fashion. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next war recap with more accidental 3-stars.